Is Mason Miller getting traded or ghosting the ninth inning for fun? Let's get into it today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all passion, no filter. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. The A's hold on for a tense 5-4 win over the Mariners tonight behind a dominant start from Jeffrey Springs, 2 bombs from Miguel Andújar, and a clutch ninth inning from Jack Perkins. Brent Rooker nearly added a second homer of his own, while Darrell Hernaiz chipped in with a big blast. From the lineup to the leather, the A's look sharp, and the win is real. They took the series against the Mariners, 2 of 3. But there's one big question that fans couldn't ignore. Where was Mason Miller? In usually a time in the 8th inning, when you see the Reaper up in the bullpen, warming up for the 9th, he just sat. With the 2-run lead, it's usually his time to shine. And Miller was conspicuously absent from the pen. No warm-up, just sitting down. And with the trade deadline looming, the silence was loud. Let's break it down. We're going to break down the win, obviously. But I want to get into this Miller mystery and ask what this all means for the A's moving forward. Is it a trade, an injury, or is it something else? What do you guys got? You guys got any info on it? What do you guys have on it? Tell it ain't so, Miller's staying. Happy Wednesday. I guess my Orioles are trading their whole team. Yeah. Miller is, do you know that for sure, Rocket Man? I did hear that as a rumor, Rocket Man. I heard so I've been following this all day, and obviously the first things I heard was all day was the Yankees, Mets, Phillies. I heard that as the most probable trade destinations for Miller. Obviously, the Phillies got Helsley, the Mets got who did the Mets get? They got some sort of closer, and the Dodgers were rumored to be this afternoon as well. Then tonight, I read about the Padres and how the Padres were offering the A's their number 1 prospect. And they're talking about their number 2 prospect, the young shortstop from the Dominican, I believe, and the catcher, Salas. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking, okay, I haven't heard any real news about it. And then we have Perkins in a hell of a baseball game, by the way. Perkins takes the 8th, was nuts. Pitched great. Gave up the bomb in the 9th, obviously to Rosarina. My guess is the Dodgers, they have prospects, desperation for bullpen help with Tanner Scott going down. That's a possibility. Is Miller gone? I know it's not Philly. It's not Philly because Philly just picked up Helsley. It can't be Philly. Dodgers still in play. I don't think the Yankees want to give up that much for Miller. The A's, to their credit, what I do know is the A's are asking for a ton. That's why the Phillies wouldn't make the move. The A's asked for the Phillies' number 1 prospect and a number of other players as well. I know the A's were asking for a ton. We better get a top prospect in return, like a third baseman. I'm not really worried about a third baseman. I want some good players. I want some really good players. Nick, if Miller's going to get a haul, we better get a haul for him. We got to get 2 hauls for him. Miller didn't look happy in the dugout. I'm curious what's up. Me too, man. That was a weird thing for everybody. What the hell was going on with Mason Miller? That was usually his time. I did not see him moving. Obviously, I followed it pretty tight all day. And your leading contenders, like I mentioned, Phillies, Yankees, Dodgers. And there was no movement. And a few closers already got moved. So the more and more closers got moved, it's like, hey, I didn't think Miller was going to go, and I knew the A's were asking for a ton. Think he's going to be a Padre? They were talking about, that's who they were talking about doing, man. They were talking about DeVries. Andres, that's who they were talking about. Either DeVries and Salas or both. I don't know. That's what I read. I don't know. I do not know. Rocket Man, at least I heard they're still in negotiations. If they're still in negotiations, why sit them though? Right? Why sit them? Why sit them in that ninth? I mean, you got to be pretty damn close to a deal if you're going to sit them. It didn't make much sense to me why they would sit Miller like that in the ninth. I mean, it was a nice, comfortable baseball game. A's were playing great. It was actually a hell of a baseball game. I'm looking at the bullpen. Come on, Miller time. Let's get the Reaper in. It was nothing. I don't know. Katse said Miller was unavailable tonight. That's all he can say. He's definitely gone. I agree with you. And if you saw Miller's body language and his face too, it looked like it. I'm sure there are trade talks going on, but that doesn't mean he's gone. I just don't know why. I don't know why they would sit him then, Siphon. I don't know why would they sit him, right? Bamboo, better get something good for him, no question. Prospect call approach is mid-tier activity. If Vegas makes money act like the Yankees and Dodgers, no more prospect nonsense. I don't mind the prospects, guys. I don't mind that. I don't mind moving Miller. Phillies got Duran. Thank you. Phillies got Duran. Right. Phillies got Duran. Helsley. Where did Helsley go to the why am I forgetting this stuff? I'm losing my memory these days. Did he go to the Helsley went to the Mets? Here's now I've been an advocate of trading Mason Miller. Only if, now hear me out, guys, before you guys flip out on me. Only if we get the right package. And my point has been, and my take has been always this. Closers do not hold their value. Closers do not hold their value. Let's look at the save leaders from 2021. Mark Melanson, Liam Hendricks, Kenley Jansen, Will Smith, Josh Hader, Raisel Iglesias, Edwin Diaz, Jake McGee, Aroldis Chapman, Alex Reyes. In 2022, Clase, Jansen, Hendricks, Hader, Jordan Romano, Daniel Bard, Presley, Diaz, Taylor Rogers, Gregory Soto. 2023, Clase, Bednar, Doval, Diaz, Romano, Devin Williams, Sewald, Batista, Hader, Iglesias. Last year, Helsley, Clase, Finnegan, Suarez, Hader, Iglesias, Yates, Holmes, Diaz, Foley, Miller. It seems like there's always 5 different guys in the top 10 with regard every single year with regard to saves. For example, Bednar, I talked about, he was in one of those lists. A few years ago, the Pirates didn't want to trade Bednar. Well, what's his value like now? Listen, I'm not saying trade Miller, but I am saying if a package looks halfway good, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. DeForest needs to lock in and demand a ready players now. Salas can't hit. Dodgers have better prospects. Hey, Chuck, whoever we could get the best package from, in. I mean, let's see if this is happening first. Phil's got Durant. Thank you. Kotze and Miller was unavailable. That's all he can say. I'm not surprised, man. This will ruin the chemistry of the dugout. I mean, Alamo, come on, man. We have, chemistry. We haven't had chemistry all year. I hear what you're saying. But if we're going to have a package that's going to make this team better, we got to kind of take it. So I'm all right with it if we are a better team at the end of it. If the type of deal where you look at the deal and say, hey, we fleeced them, we got over on this deal, then I'm okay with it. But if it's a deal where it's like, hey, 50-50 or like whatever, then I got a problem with it. If it's a deal we look at and say it's an obvious win for the A's, I think you got to make that deal. Mitch, I don't mind trading Miller, but we need to rob the McDuck money bin if it happens. I almost felt like Jose Canseco got traded during. That's what I felt too, man. And how about during the game, Eugenio Suarez got traded to the Mariners. I'm sure glad we didn't have to face him. That's for sure. I'm going to take a quick break. Let's talk a little bit more about this possible trade. I want to talk about the game as well. Believe it or not, guys, there was a game, and the A's looked damn good. It was one of the better games they had all year. Let's talk about that up next. This episode is brought to you by 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. Go to 5hourenergy.com today and use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. Only valid through September 30th. Order transfusion-flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. Time to fuel your swing and fire up your day with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion, the bold, punchy shot that tastes just like your favorite great ginger lime golf drink. Just minus the booze and wait for the bev cart. Whether you are chasing birdies or just dodging double bogeys with the crew, this flavor is a total game changer. It's sharp, it's refreshing, it's the kind of quick boost that keeps your vibe high when the back nine hits hard or when your buddy insists on playing from the tips. Speaking of back nines, let's talk golf day legends. Ever hit a miracle shot that made you feel like you should quit the game right then and on a high note? I once hit a shot off a tree on a par 3 and it ricocheted into the hole for a hole-in-one. True story. Pure chaos. Pure luck. Total bragging rights. Or maybe someone in your group made a wild side bet, like loser buys dinner if you miss the putt with your sand wedge, then made it. Those are the memories this game is all about. So next time you are out there creating chaos and comedy, pack a 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. Big flavor, fast boost, and zero waiting for the drink cart. Just crack, sip, and keep the good times rolling. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com. You can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energy boost you need to power through. Order transfusion-flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. Any other news, guys? Does Miller want to stay? I don't know. That's a hell of a question, Jesus. Padres already have a solid closer. Suarez. Is Suarez healthy? I would deal a deal in an instance for Gervais, but I feel he's intouchable. And that's the whole thing, Andres. That's the whole thing. That the A's are asking for a ton. They asked for the Phillies' number 1 starter. I'm thinking if you're going to make a trade to the Padres, like what I'm expecting in my head for a guy like Miller is like, I want like a Dylan Cease and a DeVries. I want that type of return. Dallas just tweeted about hinting that killer is gone. I take the Padres' top 2 prospects for Miller right now. Enough. I'd rather have pitching prospects in return. I'm with you. That's why I'm not super high on DeVry. Listen, they're top 2 prospects. I get it. A shortstop and a catcher. Okay. It's awesome. I mean, I'd still make the deal, but I'm not pumped about it. I trade me too. Jay Meister, I wouldn't trade him in a minute if it's the right package, right? If we're going to get top prospects for him, I'm all for trading him. I just don't want to make a trade just to make a trade. All I know is the A's asked for the Phillies top prospect, and the Phillies said no. The Phillies didn't want to get rid of their top prospects. I do know what I was researching is that the A's were asking for a ton, which is what I wanted. A's need to stand pat and yes, my A's. I agree. What's up, Vague? No hat on Miller tonight. Yankees or Dodgers are pulling. I don't think it's the Yankees. I don't think it's the Yanks. The Yanks, I don't believe it would be the Yanks. Seller's market should be a good return for Miller. I'd take Gill and Schiller for Miller. Absolutely. Pete, what's up, bud? Heyman is reporting the Padres are engaged in talks. Not done yet, but Preller is crazy enough to get this done. I don't like the trade for the Padres. If we get a ready starter now with dealing Miller, Cease, yes. Right? Bill, what do you got, bud? From what I heard, Miller for Estrada. Net number 3 prospect. Mayfield number 5 prospect. And Bateman number 6 prospect. I would do that. Is that what you heard, Bill? Or are you kind of speculating? That sounds right. Would you guys do that? What Bill's saying? I would do that. I like that. Andújar should get dealt. All-time asking price, won't re-sign. Here's the deal, Kevin. I've been thinking about the Andújar deal. If they don't re-sign, if they don't deal Andújar, they better re-sign him. They better extend him tomorrow. Because I am more than happy and comfortable with making Miguel Andújar our starting third baseman next year. I have no problem Miguel Andújar being our starting third baseman. I have no problem signing Miguel Andújar to, let's say, a 3-year, $24 million deal. No issues whatsoever. So I agree with you, Kev. If we can't deal him, which I think we will, we better extend him. Siphon, I want Josu Jackson Ferris from the Dodgers. Has to be a blue chip prospect in a Miller deal, not looking for a package of big deal. Well, I mean, what Bill's talking about, though, is he's talking about 3 top 10 guys. I believe 2 of those guys are pitchers, no? Miguel needs to stay, no question, T3500. The issue is, does he want to stay, right? Does he want to stay? Are we going to offer Miguel Andújar something good enough that entices him to stay? Because right now, I'm comfortable with Miguel Andújar being our starting third baseman for the next 2 or 3 years. I have no problem with that. And even before today's game, Miguel Andújar is a professional right-handed hitter. And when he gets going, he gets going. And he's playing a good third base, man. I have no problem with that. You think so, Bill? You think so, huh? That makes sense. Shit. We better get a... you better put Cease in that... Go Ports. Thanks, bud. I actually love Bill's trade. I'd take it. Okay, now, CJ, would you take it with throwing in Miguel Andújar as well? Are you good with throwing Miguel Andújar? If we're throwing Andújar, I'd want a little bit more. Yes. Bamboo, I don't see any way he would re-sign. Yeah, me too, man. All of them are pitchers, Bill? Okay. That's a good point on her. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, that was a trip, man. I mean, in what was actually a really, really good baseball game. Levi, I think that's all the A's are after right now is arms that are prospects, right? I think that's all the A's are after right now. We literally barely have any arms in our minor league system. Hardly any. I mean, past Morales and past Jump, nothing. Nothing. Not kidding when I say nothing. Past Morales and past Jump in our farm system, literally nothing. We don't have anything in our farm system as far as even prospects. Nobody. We could even turn to say, oh, well, he might be good. The only guy that you could even hang anything on is probably Steven Echevarria, who's in High A Lansing, 19 years old, but still him. I don't know. You're talking about Andújar? A's need to lay in top pitching. I would like to see Cease part of that deal. I would like to see Dylan Cease part of that deal. I would even take one of those prospects out and get Dylan Cease and replace. I don't know. I would like to see Dylan Cease in that deal. Coming from a Padres fan, I just really hope we don't trade you guys Leo DeVries. Yeah, like Bill said, I don't think it's going to be DeVries, but I do think it's going to be the three top pitching prospects he made, ranked 5, 6, and 8. I don't have them in front of me right now. Agreed. There has to be some kind of package deal with Miller to be worked out. The question is who. Don't forget our first round pick this year. You talking about Arnold? Yeah, Jamie, no question. Siphon, so I'm talking about who's currently in the system. Yeah, you're right. And the kid from the other kid as well that we drafted in the 5th round, lefty. Or no, right-hander. Sorry, UNC Asheville, I believe. Stud. The Padres are saying they will use Miller as a starter. Sorry, was this able to join? You may have already talked about it. All good. Remember, we have Perkins and Ginn. I'm talking about who we have in our farm system, Bill. But yeah, I love Perkins and Ginn. But who's in our farm system right now? That's all I'm talking about. And the only pitchers we have in our farm system worth anything right now is Jump and Morales. Our main needs are in bullpen. That is insane to me. I don't think you trade for bullpen, right? I think you're always trying to trade for a possible starter. And if they don't work out to be a bullpen guy, they don't work out to be a starter, you move them to the pen. You look like a guy like Jack Perkins, for example, right? Jack Perkins has been a starter all his life. All of a sudden, hey, he might be the new closer. So you don't know, right? You don't know who's going to be a bullpen guy and who's not. Dennis Eckersley is a good example of that. A starter his whole career and then went to his bullpen. Cease is a free agent after this year, so he's a no-go. Andújar and Rook with some bombs tonight. Great game. Yeah, let's talk about the game. Are we out of wild? I'm not talking about the wild card. We pull off a few. I tell you what, if we win the next 6 in a row, I'll talk about wild card. Any established player involved can help the A's or last place. Arnold will be up next year. He's going to be that good. I hope you're right, CJ. You know, my whole thing with bringing guys up is if they could dominate in AAA, if they could show they could pitch in 3A and have great numbers, bring them up. I don't care how old they are, right? But they got to earn their way through. We've seen pitchers dominate AAA and come up and get absolutely shelled. Jason Alexander, Anthony Maldonado, Matt Crook, just to name a few. Ben Bowden recently. The jump from AAA to the majors is huge. Jack Perkins dominated AAA, and we're seeing how good he is right now. But if you can dominate AAA, hey, Come on up. I'm game. You think Severino's IR Springs gets traded? I don't know, man. Fatal, it's hard, right? Severino, $44 million over the next 2 years. He's looked great. Their last few starts have sure helped. They sure look great. A lot of abuse coming from team trading away top talent. Not sure what you mean there, RD. Good point in Cease. KC's no go for sure. Ideally, need a starter with some team control. Yeah, no question. Let's talk. Hey, listen, I get how awesome this trade talk is, and maybe it's something that does work out for the A's. But geez, guys, we had a hell of a game as well, man. I mean, we were going against Brian Wu. If Mason and Urias both traded tomorrow, you think so, Mike? You just speculating? I think Urias. Sevy loves Sutter. He's not going anywhere. Even if it makes sense, it's a PR disaster. As far as what? PR disaster. Baseball fan? Trading Miller? Is that what you're talking about? How's that a PR disaster if we trade Miller? If we don't get anything in return, yeah, but just trading Miller, if it makes sense, if it makes our team better, I'm all right with it. Also, I can't think Yankees are not drooling over the potential of getting Miller. I don't think the Yankees are in it. But I tell you what was awesome tonight. Not an A's fan, but you guys get Leo DeVries from the Padres slam dunk return, right? He's finally dominating. Woo, we got Arizona next. G-Dub, the A's playing our team. Hey, listen, to the game, right? Jeffrey Springs, first couple pitches slips. Second batter of the game, Julio Rodriguez, bomb. I'm like, unbelievable. A lot of people say the A's are the farm for other teams. We should keep our stars. That's the knock on potential A's. RD, if it makes our team better, I'm game for trading them. The lifeline for closers don't last long. I just listed about 40 pitchers that in the last 4 or 5 years that were closers and no longer closers. If it makes our team better and it's a no-brainer type of trade, yes, let's make the deal, man. Let's make the deal. Absolutely. I'm all for making the deal if it makes sense. You got to give up something to get something. Now, question is, to your point, if we don't get anything, I'm with you on that. But if we get a blockbuster trade and we get 3 prospects, top prospects, yes, I like it. Miller, for how good he is, we have not used Miller. We do not use Miller, guys. Miller has not been an asset for us, has not helped us in the sense that we don't use him. We don't use him. So yes, for me personally, I want to trade him. If we get the right team, right package. Fun series for sure. Got to trade to get talent. PR disaster, and that the A's have a reputation of trading top players. They have a reputation of a little different, baseball fan. They have a reputation of trading top players when they are hitting free agency, right? Matt Olson, Matt Chapman, Simeon. We could go down to the history. I could sit here forever. That's a little bit different, right? They get rid of these players when they're hitting free agency so they don't have to pay the big contract. Miller's different. We still have him under team control for another 3 or 4 years. So it's a little bit different. In that sense, the package has to make a lot more sense. I don't want Roki for Miller. That wouldn't do it for me. We did get to Wu tonight. 4 bombs. Yes. What's the chance that he sign good free agents the next 2 years playing in minor league pub? We won't. We won't sign any free agents. So the bottom line is we have to continue. And the A's situation and the A's deal is going to be the exact same it has been for a number of years. I hate to say it to you guys. It's always been dollars over dingers. It's always been dollars over dingers. Okay. That's how it's been. That's how they are. So if they are not profiting on the gate side, on the corporate sponsorship side, if they are not making money as an organization, they will not spend more than they have to. Bottom line. So if Severino stays, do I expect the A's really to make any free agent moves next year? No, I don't. I don't expect them to make anything. That's how they are. And that's how it will continue in Vegas as well, unless what I expect to happen is they gain a ton of money from corporate sponsorships, from the gate, from revenue as far as tickets, etc. I do expect that to happen. And at that time, they will spend. The A's will only spend if the A's are making money first. It's just a common business practice they've done for years, and that will not change. That will not change. The A's need more young talent. The org needs depth. You obviously make the trade if you get a good package. The A's have been the farm team for other teams since 1950s when the Kansas City Yankees' personal farm system. Okay, I'm with you guys, but at the same time, Mark, they've won, right? They've won going this direction. 11 times postseason, last 20 years, seventh most in all of baseball. They have won using this method. Was it some of it luck? Sure. The 80s, the 90s speak for themselves. The A's have won. Historically, they're one of the most winningest franchise in all of history. So as far as them being a farm system for another organization, I don't know. You're right in what you're saying, but does that mean they have lost? No, they haven't. Last couple of years has been rough. Let's be real. No way Miller was going to last till Vegas anyway. I don't know, man. Like I said, Bamboo, you guys really take a look at closers, and you tell me how many closers have been with a team for 5 or 6 years. Name me a few. I mean, I'll name a couple. Kenley Jansen, Josh Hader. Who else? I'm sure there's a few other I'm missing, obviously. But name me closers that have been consistently a closer for one organization. Actually, I take Jansen back. He hasn't been the Angels closer for 5 years. Name me a closer that's been with one organization for 5 straight years. Name me one. Name me one. And don't get me. We know about Mariano Rivera, okay? So, but seriously, think about closers' lifeline. Think about it. Soderstrom with the base hits the last couple days. He looked good. Hernaiz looked really good. Hernaiz looked unbelievable defensively too. What team would you like better to trade with, Yankees or Padres? Whoever has the best package is this LeBron? Whoever has the best package. Remember, Miller's one pitch away from Tommy John. Same thing. Absolutely, Bill. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody will rip you off more with prospects than the Yankees or the Padres. They have an entire graveyard of guys that never panned out. Mark, true. But at the same time, I think the A's have a little bit of leverage here. They have some leverage. And I think they've stood pat as well. D35 Law Dog is struggling again. Yeah, he's struggling for sure. He is struggling. Padres fans here, hope we don't have to give Leo DeVries. I hope you do. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be DeVries. I just don't think it's going to be DeVries. Yeah, it would take all night. D71, just because we don't use them doesn't mean we don't need them. What? D71, I mean, but it all depends on who you're going to get in return. If you don't use somebody, you don't need them. I mean, that's just, if he's going to sit in the bullpen all day, or pitch every 10 days. How's he helping us? How's he helping us? Again, I ask you guys, name me D71. Name me closers that have been with one team for 5 years, for 5 consecutive years. That's not a long time. That's actually still under team control. Name me closers who's been with one team for 5 years. Please. Please. There's been some. There hasn't been a lot, and you're going to struggle to think of them. Agreed. Miller isn't on the field enough to be considered untouchable. Agreed. The Reaper is gone, man. Dirty work, but I see it company. Sounds like Lee DeVries is the one we need. Alexander DeVries is a closer bad business. I don't really care how good Miller is. Miller's fantastic. Miller's fantastic. No question about it. Siphon, we'll send financials. What do you got, Mark? If you're not willing to pay market value for players you develop, you are just renting them till they become free agents and other teams get them, you trade away. It's a never-ending cycle. Mark, I agree with what you're saying, okay? It's different with closers. It's different with closers, okay? Do you remember the Moneyball teams, right? Do you remember the Moneyball teams? What was the one closer we got rid of? That was part of Giambi. Damon didn't re-sign. Who's the closer we didn't re-sign? Isringhausen. Do you know who we got instead? Who we signed? Who happened to be the 4 overall pick out of Clemson? Billy Koch. Now, are you telling me night and day there's a difference between Billy Koch and Jason Isringhausen? I don't think so. Billy Koch was good. Real good. What you're saying is right, Mark. But I think when you're talking about closers, it's different. I think their lifeline and how long they last for an organization, as we have seen through history, they are the quickest to lose value, and they do not last with an organization for that long. If you were talking about any other player, Mark, I would agree with you 100%, with the exception of Miller. We get a better solid haul. We need top 5 to 10 products. I think we need 3. Would you want from the Yankees if Miller's was traded? Who would you want? Joe, I don't know, man. I don't know who their prospects are. I would want pitchers, right? I'd want 3 of their top 10 pitchers. And that's kind of going through my mind right now. Are the Braves out of the wild card? Yes, they could use Mason. Braves are done. So it's really important to get good prospects that will never keep and trade away anyways. Does no one else see the utility in this? Mark, I'm talking about simply a closer. Closers, 1 inning that's pitching lately, 1 every 8 days, man. I see what you're saying. I get your point. But when it comes to a closer, to me, they are the most expendable. Somehow Finley just picked up the Diamonds back in the 60s and they all pound. Ain't that the truth, YOLO? I don't think other teams view Miller as a closer. You know, as far as him being a starter, I don't know. I've thought about that for a while. I've heard Miller's interviews. I don't know if he wants to be a starter. DeVries, Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz, Butler, Sodi. Man, how would that be badass? Yeah. Would the corporate and TV money be bigger in Vegas than in Oakland? I believe they would be part of the LA market with regard to TV. Someone could correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah. Edwin Diaz, yep, as far as the closer. Ryan Presley with the Astros, yep, okay, that's 2. Iglesias up and down with the Braves, okay, 3. I'll give you that. I'll give you Iglesias. No way any team looks at Miller as a starter. 2-chip, non-existent. Hoffman, we're talking about Hall of Famers now, but yes. You think we add someone like Soderstrom in the package to get more? I don't want to give up Soderstrom. Now you're going to Mark's point. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give up any position players. I don't want to give up any position players. I don't want to give up Rooker. I don't want to give up Soderstrom. I don't want to give up Butler. I don't want to give up Langoliers. I don't want to give up any position players. I think you develop pitching from within. So I don't want to do that. Percival, Hoffman, Eck, Zach Britton, Eckersley. We need pitching in one view, a better team to trade that with because of that. What would your thoughts of BS on transitioning Mallard into a starter next season if the Padres get him? So here's the deal out of the Park Sports. Every interview I've seen with Mason Miller, whether it's in the newspaper or out loud, he doesn't want to be a starter. That's the thing. Miller does not want to be a starter. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Iggy, Folk wasn't 5 years. Was Folk 5 years with Boston? Koch wasn't 5 years. Yanks pitchers pound a lot when they leave New York. Andrew Bailey lost a lot of value for sure. You know who else lost a lot of value that's currently a free agent? David Bednar. When he was throwing 100 was rare. Koch was fun to watch. In my opinion, as a Yankee fan, should take top prospect MLB ready player for a minimum. Miller top closers are hard to come by. Okay. As a Yankee fan, get Henry and Lane throw 6'10 lefty from the line. What's your ideal return from the Padres? 3 of their top 10 pitching prospects. I believe it's 3, 5, and 8. Bill listed it earlier. I got to look him up, see exactly who he was talking about. That's who I want. Sebastian, as a Mets fan, what do you think they will do between now and tomorrow's deadline? What do I think the Mets will do or the A's will do? I think the Mets have made all their moves. I think the Mets still need a center. By the way, the Mets absolutely fleeced the Giants today. I mean, you talk about robbery. They robbed the Giants today. The problem is all the promo videos, media events, and press release team included. Fisher says we'll not need to trade our talents. What? RD, I don't know about all that. I care about the team being better. And all I know is that we don't use Mason Miller. We never use Mason Miller. So as far as that stuff, I don't know. You know, we're still a few years from Vegas. I still am concerned about. I think this solves. I think we're a better team in 2028 by making a trade that includes Mason Miller. As far as marketing and promos and media events, I don't know. No, I would not be willing to give up Shea. Absolutely not. I don't want to give up any position players. No position players. Also, man, you got to remember, man, pitchers who throw that hard, they're one pitch away, guys. You get a position player hurt, they're in the IL for like a week. You know, they get a busted wrist. It's 4 to 6 weeks, worst case scenario. With a pitcher, they blow out their arm, they're out 1.5 years, 2 years. Career's practically done. Never come back as the same pitcher. I don't know. I heard Miller's a hothead. He is, man. He broke his hand last year. In this time last year, punched the dugout, broke his left hand, went on the IL because of it. As a Mets fan, I don't hate the athletes. Okay, cool. Miller has barely been tried as a starter. I think certain teams can execute from Boston to Philly. Rod Beck, okay. Yeah. Well, Rod Beck wasn't, great close. He was okay. He had his year or two where he was really good. Miller package deal might include. If we get rid of Soderstrom, I'll be pissed. I'll be hot. If we get rid of Soderstrom, I'll be real hot. If any of our young guys go that are position players, I'll be hot. What are you saying? He doesn't want to be a starter. It seems like to be language from the A's and not. No, I've heard it from Miller directly. My A's. I've heard it directly from Miller. He doesn't want to be a starter. He has said that in articles I have read and interviews I've seen. Miller has said that he does not want to be a starting pitcher. Shea is untouchable. Keith Folk would never see a late big inning role in today's game. He threw 98, 89 MPH. Did have a solid changeup, though. He did. He was a tough dude as well. 5-5 to start the second half of the season, won the first series at home. We still in this. I'm not looking at the wild cards, man. So what do we do against the 10-game stretch? We actually did better. We were 6-4 in that 10-game stretch. Excuse me. We played 10 games. We were 6-4. 3 to Texas we lost and 1 to the Mariners in that 10-game stretch that we talked about. I'm excited about the D-Box series. Let's get those W's, yeah? No, we're not talking playoffs, baby. If we win the next 6 in a row, I'll start talking playoffs. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun. I talk playoffs, then all of a sudden I get expectations, and we lose, then I become miserable. Blood pressure goes up. I'm angry. I'm yelling. I'm throwing stuff. Come on. It's just, let me have fun. I mean, for the first time this year, I'm enjoying this season. Who do we have to replace Miller as a closer? No, it would be Jack Perkins. We saw that tonight, Andy. Jack Perkins went in for the 2-inning save tonight. I think it's going to be him. He's been good, too. He's been good when he's been in there. It'll be Perkins, which I'm just fine with. As a Yankee fan, I'll support the A's. Great uncle played with it. Is that right? Is that right? What was your uncle's name? I want to sweep the D-backs. Kosher, they're talking about moving Mason Miller. Mason Miller didn't warm up in the 9th inning like he was expected to. I would love to see Mason Miller on the Yankees. I bet you would. Butler strikes out too much to be a leadoff hitter. Yeah, Bill, I think you're right. But right now, with the depth of our lineup and who we have in our lineup, it's not like we have Wilson back. It's not like we have a whole lot of options right now to put in the leadoff spot. I mean, yeah, I know you're just going to say Hernaiz. Well, Hernaiz just had his first good game tonight. We've messed around with Schumann in the leadoff spot, and I think they will get in that leadoff spot when we face a left-hander. Would you be willing to give up? No, stop it. I don't want to give up any position players. I'll make that clear. I do not want to give up any position players. Pitchers, I'm all right with. I think you have to build pitchers within the organization. You look at Corbin Burns, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Chris Sale. The list goes on. That's just off the top of my head of pitchers that just all of a sudden one pitch throw out their arm and they're gone. I mean, when are they expected to come back? It's crazy with pitchers. Jeffrey Springs, right? I mean, it's been 1.5 years, 2 years with him. And he's just now getting back to what he was. Pitchers are crazy, man. How they have them throwing the ball so hard right now, they're just doomed to get hurt, man. I'm looking forward to the DMV roast next week, right? Hernaiz looked really good tonight, and Hernaiz has looked good. He was good in the minor leagues, fellas. In the minor leagues, in AAA, Hernaiz, he batted .305. He had 118 hits, 28 doubles. He stole 12 bases, 67 runs. He only struck out 51 times. Yeah, Hernaiz is night and day than he was last year. No question. RD Stott, that's completely different, man. Completely different. When do we trade Kurtz and Wilson for prospects? That's completely different. It's completely different. Listen, if we get the right prospects, if we get the right package, if we get players, I'm not saying just get rid of Miller for just some unowned prospects, but if the package is overwhelming, yeah, I don't even think there's a chance Miller, if he stayed on, wouldn't even last till Vegas the way how hard he's throwing right now. And that's been the trend with closers, and it has been the trend with guys that are throwing as hard as he does. I don't know. Curious to hear more thoughts on the Mets-Giants trade. Rogers was a rental this. Oh my God, the Giants got fleeced. I mean, they got basically an overrated prospect and a bad reliever for one of the best National League relief pitchers. I mean, what a robbery that was. Just robbery. Robbery. Perkins is just fine. We don't need find a closer. Yeah. Perkins, we don't need to find. Yeah. I like Perkins. And we got a couple guys in the Gustavo Rodriguez. I'm interested to see what he can do. Jimmy Hunter. Okay. That was your great uncle. I'm a Yankees fan. The Yankees need bullpen arms as starting pitchers. The Yankees, I don't feel sorry much for the Yankees, but yeah, you guys do need something. You know, there's another guy, right? There's another guy, Devin Williams, that was a primetime closer that the Yankees signed for a ton of money. That's been a big disappointment this year. There's another guy, Devin Williams. Closers lose value fast. Devin Williams so far has been a bust. Would you agree with that, Alex? Anyway, Wilson wins Rookie of the Year after being hurt, plus Kurtz going off. I think it's going to be Kurtz that wins that. The only way we go Kurtz or Wilson's for Skeens and Skeens only. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even make that trade, my A's. I wouldn't even make that trade. I wouldn't even make that trade. No chance. I forgot Jeffrey Springs existed. Do you think Sevy gets dealt tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. He's been good his last 3 starts. Teams need pitching. How's Geloff been? Terrible. Hasn't been good. He hasn't been good since he got sent down. Right now, overall in triple, I don't know how he did tonight though. But 24 games, he's hitting .217, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, 24 Ks. He's still striking out a lot. I don't know how he did tonight though. He had 2 hits last night. If we can get Trump to sign executive order to get rid of May, jeez. Bringing up May, huh? Kurtz, Willie Shea, to me, are the only ones I would not shade. Soderstrom for me as well. I put Soderstrom in there as well. And Muncy. They gave up Tyler Rogers for a prospect from the Mets, like their 14th outfielder, and Budo. Was there another person on that? I think that was it. Looking forward to the post-deadline show tomorrow. Yeah, we're having one on the squad show tomorrow. That'd be a good one. Giants tanking and selling. I'm loving it. Yeah. We didn't sign him. We traded for him. Devin, are you talking about who am I missing? Devin Williams? That's right, huh? Okay. You did. Sorry. Yep. You did trade for him. Apologies. But is he a bust so far? Is he a bust? Can the A's add Kotze in that trade tomorrow? We got prospects in the yin gang. I'm telling you, we don't got prospects, though. Not in the pitching side of the things, D71. No, we don't. We don't have any prospects on the pitching side of things. Now, what I'm talking about is in the farm system, right? We have 2 prospects total in the farm system. If you want to throw Gustavo Rodriguez in there, that would be 3. That's it. No one else. We have 2 prospects. Haven't the Padres been trading all their top prospects for the last 5 years now? Are their top prospects really that good? We'll find out. Miller to San Diego. That's the rumor. Will you have a show tomorrow at 3? Oh, for sure. If we make some moves, Bill. If we make some moves, it sits tight. Yeah, I'll have one regardless tomorrow. We'll do a little live show tomorrow. Vlade is the only one performing in Vegas. He's gotten a little cold lately, my A's. At first, he was on fire. As of late, he's been okay. Total for Vlade since he's been down there has been .345, 6 bombs, 23 RBIs, 24 Ks, 22 runs, 6 doubles. He's okay. And that's with him starting at like 4:30 he started. Devin Williams blew a save tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, closers just don't hold value. Gauge jump in Luis Morales, right? Gauge jump in Luis Morales. And obviously, Jamie Arnold, we don't know what he is. We have a lot of hopes for him. Oh, Barnett is awful. How's Barnett looked? Terrible. He has been such a disappointment this year, man. He has got shelled yesterday, I believe, as well. Here's his numbers. Oh, he's been so bad. Mason Barnett, for those who don't know, came over in the Lucas Ursay trade last year. 3rd round pick out of University of Auburn in 2022. He's been like our top 3 prospect for most of the year. Right now, he's our number 7 prospect. 21 games, 19 starts. He's pitched 100 innings, allowed 102 hits, 63 runs, 54 walks, 99 Ks, 5.67 ERA. 5.67 ERA. Blade, 2 more hits tonight. Nice. And 2 walks. Good. I'm a believer in Luis Medina. Me too, man. There's another one. That's another example as far as pitching, right? Prospects, just any day with regard to pitching, just losing it. I don't know. Yankees have a lot of pitching prospects to trade. There has to be a package negotiation to delay the Miller trade. It's only obvious they kept him on the bench. A's trading their Las Vegas. I get your opinion, RD. It's loud and clear, my friend. I guess at this point it could be anyone included. No. Rooker ain't going. None of our hitters are going to go. Hey, better not. Do you think Urshela or Urias can get something back? Come on. No. Hey, Drew, I don't even think Urshela's hit the ball to the warning track this year. I don't think he's hit the ball to the warning track. I'm not kidding. He's had a couple big at-bats during the year, but he is awful. He's uncertain. He's a good defender. But a mid-prospect for Gio Urshela? Let's put it this way, guys. Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor is a legitimate all-star, a legitimate middle of the order guy for a championship team, which we saw last year when he was with Cleveland and what he's doing this year for Seattle. And you know what? Only thing Seattle had to give up? Like their 12th and 15th prospect. I mean, you think Urshela or Urias is going to get mid-tier? No. Nothing. Is Miller going to San Diego or New York? I think he's going to go to San Diego. At least we won the game. Also, the only way a closer lasts if they have outlier pitch. Williams is a changeup. Good call. But his command is iffy. Elite, long-lasting closers have a... Yeah. They should have never signed Urshela. He was cooked last year. You know, what they get? I mean, we didn't have a third baseman at the time. $1.2 million. I was okay with the signing, actually, when it happened. We didn't spend a lot on him. What are you going to do? I thought he was going to do a little bit better. I was surprised they didn't really try Andújar at third base. And he's playing a great third base. But would you be happy with the trade from Brazil? That's Cease and one? Yes. If Cease is involved in that, yes. But the whole thing with Cease is he's a free agent next year, right? That means we have to spend more money. You know, I don't know. The only way I could really see that happening is if Severino's involved in that trade. Then we pay Cease the money that would go to Severino, and San Diego would have we'd have Cease, you have Severino. Hey, Booney, let's start the march of surpassing the Angels. We can do it. We're playing a lot better, guys. I wish I could have covered the game a little bit more. Salas, I think, is involved, but not Cease. I'd be confused to why the A's doing a deal with San Diego. Yankees have better prospects. The whole thing is, it's not about who has better prospects. It has everything to do with who's willing to deal what, right? Who's willing to deal what? If I were the Yankees, I would make the deal. I'd give the A's what they want. Because the Yankees, if they need something in the offseason, they got the money. If I were the Yankees, I'd make the deal. But it didn't look like it. It looked like the Yankees were one of the first teams in talks with the A's. But it sounded like the A's were asking too much. YOLO, A's like a retirement home for former Yankees, Sevy, Urshela, Andújar, Sears. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Hopefully Tommy, no chance, Drew. Tommy White's not good. I take that back. Right now, he's not good. He might be the most overrated prospect in our whole organization. He should have never played in the Futures game. He only played in the Futures game because of his LSU pedigree. He was hitting 260 for high A Lansing. His fielding is unserviceable. He literally cannot field. His strikeouts are down. But 260, 11 bombs for high A Lansing, and he can't field. He had 2 errors. He got promoted to Double A yesterday. 2 more errors. He can hit. He had 2 singles. I don't think he did very well today with the bat, but I think Tommy White, I like him. I think he has a potential, but next year or the year after or the year after that, no. I think right now Tommy White's 3 years out. I don't think Tommy White's good at all in the sense of being ready for the major leagues. I don't mean to, say he's a bad player, whatever it may be. I'm just saying he's several years away. He's several years away. We have Naylor's little brother. He's hitting one. Oh, God, he's terrible. Bill, he's another one. He's having an awful year, man. He's leading the whole organization in strikeouts. Miles Naylor, 77 games, 273 at-bats, 50 hits. He's hitting 183, 127 strikeouts. He's striking out almost 50% of the time. That's in low A Stockton. I don't know who would get from New York. I don't know. I would give up Kamschler for Miller. Come on, not me. I want more. Brian Cashman tends to prospect hug. I don't know why. Because the Yankees every single year are so darn aggressive in the free agent market. Like, what's he doing with the prospects? Metal Bat Merchant, Tommy White. Just kidding. He'll probably be okay. Listen, if he can't field, let me tell you this. 260 in high A Lansing with no glove, that's not going to get it done. I'm kind of okay with a Miller trade. He's going to need Tommy John in like a year or two. That's what I think too, man. And if he can get 2 or 3 guard starters, one of the Padres, yeah. It's just, when was the last guy that throws as hard as Mason Miller not gone out for Tommy John? I don't know. Maybe there is. No chance. No ways, Wyatt Lanford. How long do you think before Jump and Morales are up? Morales has been good in spurts, Isaiah, for AAA. He'll go out, he'll throw 3 innings, he'll strike out 5, he'll walk a couple, he won't give up a run. He looks good. Then the next outing, he gets hit. He has to get more consistent. I'll give you his numbers right now. Right now in AAA Vegas, it's been 15 games, 6 starts. He's been coming out of the bullpen as of late. 47 innings, 39 hits, 23 runs, 20 walks, 54 Ks, 4.4 ERA. Jump still has to make the jump to AAA before even considering coming up, man. So these guys need. If my whole thing is if you could pitch in Las Vegas with an ERA in the low 2s, high 1s, yeah, you're ready to get brought up. Until that happens, you're not ready. And we've seen proof of that, man. Like I said earlier, guys like Anthony Maldonado, guys like Carlos Duran, who we got in the Estuary Ruiz trade, Matt Crook, Grant Holman, same thing. All those guys had extremely low ERAs in AAA and got hit hard when they got brought up. So, yes, you can't rush them. And you guys also got to remember one thing with regard to Jack Perkins. Everyone considers him a rookie. Age matters, right? Jack Perkins is 25 years old, right? Gage Jump and Luis Morales is 21 years old. It's a big difference in development. 21-year-old to 25-year-old is a huge difference in development. Would I get Acuna's little brother for Miller? No. I absolutely agree. I'd be open to giving the Athletics anyone that's not Spencer Jones or George Lombard. Gustavo Rodriguez has a .34 ERA, and if Miller is traded or Newcomb, I can expect to see him. We got to see what Gustavo is first, right? Gustavo, 27 years old too. He's older. I believe he's 27. Let's see how old he is. Gustavo Rodriguez. No, excuse me. 24 years old. Yeah, he's pitching phenomenal. He started the season in High A Lansing. Crushed it. Got promoted to Double A Midland. Crushed it. And now is in Triple A. Crushing it. He's the only Athletic that's had 2 promotions this year. So he's been impressive. Doesn't have a big frame either. I think I want to say he's like 5'9", 160, something like that. No, excuse me, 6'3", 160. Cashman hugs his prospects, so maybe he can strike gold. He wants credit for the 90s Yankees, but he didn't draft or pick up the core 4 main pieces. He is overrated as a GM. Jay's getting Mason Miller. You think so, or are you just talking? I could see that happening. I think that's a good team. A's get Cam Schlitter, Carlos Rain, Mark Leyers, Yankees get Mason Miller. It should be interesting what happens, guys. It should be interesting what happens. I'm bummed out. I didn't get a chance to talk about the game because it was a freaking hell of a baseball game, man. It really was. It really was. The issue with Jays making trades is what people want are all in the main team currently, so you would have to change the look of the team, which could cause chemistry. Remember when the A's said that Jameel Weeks was untouchable? Yeah, no kidding. 12 overall pick at the University of Florida. I liked him. Who did we get for Jameel Weeks anyway? It's crossing my mind right now. But guys, thanks for crewing in. I'll be around tomorrow. Henry Bolte and Joshua Corrado Jr. Joshua Corrado Jr. is my favorite. One of my favorite prospects. He started off on fire for High A Lansing. Got hurt. When he came back, it took him a while to get back. You're talking about a slick shortstop, right? He doesn't hit for a whole lot of power. You know, he's a little bit like Jacob Wilson in different types of ways. Not as good as a hitter. Gap to gap type of guy. Slick fielding shortstop. Fast, can steal bases. Got promoted to Double A. Last time I checked, after his first couple of bats, he was 3 for 5. He's good. Henry Bolte's been surprising me, man. He had a great start to Double A. And then he went in the tank. Started striking out a ton. Henry Bolte is like your typical 5-tool guy. When you think of a 5-tool guy, it's Henry Bolte. I think he's second in the whole organization with like 40 stolen bases. Plays great defense. hitting's up and down. He was good with AA, and he just got called up to AAA. Last time I checked, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. Real high ceilings. High ceilings for both of them. Still think they're 2 years away. 2 years away. I feel that the Padres end up with Kenley Jansen and Miller goes to the Phillies. I could see that. But the Phillies just got a closer. They just signed a closer. Damn, near 1 p.m. I'm hanging out with you. Appreciate you, Levi. As an Astros fans, you all think we can get Nick Scherzer traded here for free? No. No. Yeah, that was big, man. It felt good for us, man. It felt good to beat the Mariners, Ayush. That's for sure. And the Astros bounced back good, too. I think the Astros, once they get healthy, they're going to be tough. Once they get healthy, they're going to be tough. You talk about bad luck for a team. What do they have, 18 guys on the IL right now? Phillies got Duran. You said that earlier. Jeez, I keep messing that up. Thank you. Ayush, at least we could do that after what happened. Padres also looking for a left fielder. Yeah. Andújar can play outfield. So, maybe Andújar is part of that deal. Guys. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow. Hey, appreciate you guys tuning in. I want to cover the game tomorrow for sure, since it's a day off. It was actually a hell of a game. It was a fantastic game tonight. It's funny that ownership's never let Farhan wheel and deal and how Buster was. Good call, Pat. What's up, Senior? 78 in the chat, yeah. I feel like you're all a good team, but all need better pitching, you think? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We definitely need better pitching. I mean, that's what kind of killed us this year. And we've been pitching great as of late, too. Our pitching's been phenomenal as of late. But it's good to see this team playing. It's nice to see them playing loose. It's been fun. D71, great win, hanging all. Awesome, fellas. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I want nothing more for the A's to make a run of the playoffs while they're in Sacramento. Yeah, me too. I think they will. Man. I think this first year just had everybody rattle a little bit. Pat, good show, Boons. Hey, appreciate you, Pat. Thanks a lot, man. I always have fun doing this stuff. Let's make it happen next year. We will, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And forget you guys. I am for somehow, some way tomorrow. I don't care if it's my 10th. I'm covering this game tomorrow because actually I was super, super excited about covering the game, and the whole Mason Miller thing happened. It was a hell of a baseball game. Man. It was a lot of fun, man. If you watch the game, what a great game. That's all right. It was more fun talking to you guys. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Not as of yet, DXTU. The rumor is to San Diego, bud. Thank you, Senior. Appreciate you, brother. I'll check you guys out tomorrow, fellas.